Hi, and welcome to our educational video on hair extensions. My name is Jonna, and I'm here to demonstrate and educate for you our Tape'nLock Single Strand Tape-in hair extensions by Hair Affair. Today we'll be using our lovely model Sasha. Hello. After viewing our video, you will feel confident enough and moving forward with using extensions in your salon. Let me describe our hair for you. First of all, they come in 19 shades, which gives you lots of variety when matching up your client's hair to the hair extensions. They also come 10 in a pack. They are 18 inches in length, and when pulled out, as you can see, they are straight. But when washed and left to dry, they will dry into the client's natural wave pattern. It is 100% Remy hair, which means the cuticle is intact and running in the same direction, which makes it less likely to tangle or mat and allows color and conditioning treatments to be accepted beautifully. As you can see, our attachment is M-shaped, made from a medical grade tape, which adheres securely and strongly to the hair to resist any slippage. It is also hypoallergenic, making it beautiful for your client's hair. All in all, the quality of our extensions are superb and second to none, making it a natural choice for you and your salon. Before we begin our actual installation, I want to go over a few points with your client consultation, as this will be the most important step you take before you do the extensions on your client. A proper client consultation should take you up to a half an hour and should be done a week prior to the services. This is where you have the opportunity to go through your client's hair, to look for any scalp issues or any breakage in the hair. Scalp issues including oily scalp or any severe dandruff that the client might have. You also want to look for any severe breakage in the hair that could be done to some overprocessing. In this time, this is where you may have to rethink your path that you're taking with your client, meaning you may have to do some future treatments to get them ready for your extension installation. Once you've determined that her hair is healthy enough to move forward, this is where you want to address your client's needs. Does she want highlights? Does she want length? Does she want volume? Would she like just a splash of color here or there? So you're going to go through and you're going to look at the thickness of her hair, the density of her scalp, and to determine how many packages of hair you need to complete your installation. Now at this point, you'll want to go over the client questionnaire, which you will find in our manual on our website. It has a list of questions that you'll want to go through very thoroughly. For instance, however, what hobbies she has. If she happens to be a very active person, maybe into sports, or she may swim every day, tape-and-lock hair extensions may not be the right path for her. However, Hair Affair does offer other varieties of hair extensions that may be better suitable to her lifestyle. And lastly, you're going to want to go over in great depth and detail with your client her at-home guide to taking care of all of her extensions. This, you really want to make sure that she is ready to commit herself to the maintenance of the hair extensions before you put them in and she decides within a week or two that this maybe wasn't the right thing for her. Just a little tip, if you find that you need to custom color the extensions to the client's hair, it is probably easier to tweak the client's hair color to match the extensions. However, if you find that you need to color the extensions, firstly, you're going to color off scalp always. You're going to make sure that you cover the attachment, the M-tape, with a piece of tin foil. And you're going to use a semi or demi color of a 10 volume deposit only. You want to properly saturate that hair and color in the same direction as the hair falls. When the hair is ready to be rinsed, again, you want to make sure that your attachment is properly covered so it can stay dry. And you're going to want to rinse the hair off in the same direction and lay flat to dry. Before you begin your installation, you want to be sure that your client's chemical services, her hair color, her highlighting, any straightening treatments that she needs to have done, are done a week prior to your installation. You want to make sure that cuticle has shrunk back down to its natural size. If you were to do it on the same day with the cuticle swollen, once the cuticle shrinks back down, it allows the extension to remove itself from the tape and slip down the hair. On the day of your extension installation, the hair preparation is extremely important. You must follow these few simple rules. First, we're going to start with clarifying our client's hair. We want to use a pure, clear, clarifying shampoo. So you're going to take your client to the sink. You're going to clarify her hair 2 to 3 times. On the last time, you want to leave the clarifying shampoo on for about 2 to 3 minutes, just to ensure any buildup or impurities are stripped off the hair to leave a nice, squeaky clean base. You're then going to bring the client back to your chair. We are not going to use any conditioners, no leave-ins, no smoothing serums, nothing, just with the stripped base. You're going to blow dry her hair to the client's natural part or to how she feels comfortable with wearing her hair on a daily basis. You are then going to take each section and you're going to flat iron it straight down to ensure any flyaways are smooth and that the hair extensions lay flat to the client's hair. So the last step in preparing your client's hair would be the texturizing of her ends. So once the hair is blow dried and flat ironed, you're going to take your scissors and lightly texturize the bottom of the hair from front to back. This is to ensure you don't have a blunt line or any demarcation lines once the extensions are installed, because once they're installed, they're quite difficult to go back in and wisp through. So now we're going to talk about why we chose the colors of Sasha's hair. In Sasha's hair, we have 2 different shades of blonde and a brown. So I've chosen her base color, a lighter blonde, and then a brown to follow throughout her hair in an even textured tone. So to begin your extension installation, we're going to section the client's hair. So you're going to start at the top of their hair, and you're going to work your way down behind the ear. Now this is where, depending on the thickness or thinness of your client's hair, you will choose 2 of our following: 3-finger rule or 2-finger rule. It's just to ensure that all your attachment sites are covered at all times throughout your extension process. So on Sasha's hair, because her hair is thicker, we're going to use the 2-finger rule from behind her ear. So you're just going to very nicely and neatly clip this front section away. And you're going to do the same on her other side. So section again from the top of the head, and again on her hair, 2 fingers behind her ear. And same follows for the bottom of the hair. Again, to make sure your attachment sites are properly covered at all times. Again, on Sasha's hair, her hair's thick, so we're going to use the 2-finger rule. We're going to section straight across. This is just to ensure that if she wears her hair up, or any side ponytails or side braids or anything, again, you don't see your attachment sites or your extensions where they begin or end. Again, you want nice, clean, clear sections. Just clip her hair out of the way, like so. So to start our extensions today, we're going to start in the middle of the head at our first section. We're going to create a pattern by working left to right and right to left. So we're going to take our first piece of hair. Always keep in mind when taking hair that less is more. You don't want a lot of hair when you put it on the tape. You don't want to create any air bubbles. So again, just nice small piece like so. And just take this clip and clip all this hair underneath it. That way you can lay this down and always find it when you're ready to use it. So you're going to take your hair extension, and be careful when you're removing your M-tape backing from this. You don't want to touch it with your own hands. You don't want to get your own natural oils on it. So you're just going to remove it like so. And you're going to lay the hair. You can start with laying it on the right side of your M-tape. So lift that piece of hair up, kind of fan it out a little bit so it lays properly across the right side of the tape. And remember, less is more, so if you have to remove a piece of two, that's fine. And you want to lay it 1/4 of an inch from the scalp. So you want to be able to have natural movement with the hair at all times. So you're going to go in 1/4 of an inch away. You're going to lay the hair on it. And just before you close it, just make sure it's even and the crease there, it's not bunching up into the right side crease of the hair. And just one little trick you can do, you can just lightly slide your comb across and feel any unwanted hairs that are in there. That could create a bubble in the hair when closing it. So you just want to close it and just give it nice, soft little squeezes. Maybe sort of massage it in with your fingers a little bit, just to help both sides of the tape adhere together securely like that. And just when you're done, give it a little tug, and there you are. So again, I've started with a light colored of hair. I'm going to move to the second blonde color. So for the first 3 rows, I'm just going to alternate between both blondes. When we get up to here, I'll start incorporating her lowlights. So you're going to move over 1 extension space, just so that when we get to the second row of bricklaying, that piece of hair will fill in those spaces for a natural look. So we're going to skip over again 1 space. And again, when picking up the hair, always remember that less is more. And again, just clip all that hair away. And again, when you're removing the M-tape backing, don't touch it with your own fingertips. Pick up your piece of hair, again, sort of fan it out, make sure you don't have too less or too much. And again, lay it 1/4 of the inch away from the scalp into the right side. Again, check that you have some natural movement to it. Go in and again, remove any of the unwanted hairs that would be in the way, and then just gently close, and again, massage in to remove any unwanted air pockets or air bubbles in the hair. So now that we have finished our first 3 rows where we have alternated our blondes back and forth, we are now going to incorporate our brown for our low light. I'm starting in our 4th row so that when we drop the next row down that starts with the brown, it'll blend very nice on the bottom. It won't just be a solid fall of brown. Okay, so we're gonna go in remembering your brick lane in between every extension every time. So at the 4th row, we are back to starting in the middle again. So again, take your small section, less is more. Take your extension. Again, from 1/4 inch off the scalp, you're going to fan the hair out and lay it to the right side of the extension. You're then going to remove any unwanted pieces and close the extension. And massage with your fingers and lay down. Now we're going to do our 2 blondes alternating and then our brown 2 blondes alternating, working from left to left and right to right. Okay, so now that we've finished the back, we're going to move on to the sides, okay? So just gently clip the back just out of your way. All right, now working with the sides of the hair, things are done just a little bit differently than the back. So again, we're going to use the 2 or 3 finger rule above the ear. Now this allows space for clients who maybe tuck their hair, clients who maybe wear, reading glasses, sunglasses. Always remember to cover your attachment sites, just so if the client is to wear her hair back or up, you don't see them at any given time. Okay, so once we have this sectioned off, we're not going to brick lay anymore. We're going to lay the extensions side by side, and we're going to go up to the next row and lay them right on top of each other side by side, just to ensure that all the hair is blended and you have the same thickness at the bottom that you do the top. Okay, so again, you take your small section, less is more. Now remember, when these lay a 1/4 inch off the scalp, you want to be sure that they lay completely flat. You don't want any what we call a waterfall technique that can cause breakage in the hair and will cause the hair to stick out in between the natural hair. So always make sure that you have that 1/4 inch from the scalp to have that natural fall and to lay flat. So again, just clip that hair out of the way, fan it out, and lay it nice and smooth and flat on the right side. Again, check for any unwanted hairs that did not stick, and close and massage in together. Now that we've completed our extension installation, we have gone back through and we have flat ironed the extensions into the hair to create a natural fall. Now, just so you know, on Sasha's hair, we use 9 bundles of hair, which equals 90 pieces. So starting from the back to the top, we have 9 rows of hair, and we have 4 rows going up each side. Now when we go to complete our haircut, you want to just lightly comb the hair down into its natural fall, okay? So when starting, you sort of want to start at the back, in the middle, again, sort of working from left to right. And you're just going to lightly comb down. You don't want a tough grip, you just want a nice, smooth grip on the hair, nice light comb going down. You just want to lightly point cut into the hair. Always make sure that no matter what length you are doing, you always want to cut an inch below your length that you're achieving. Okay, you want to leave some room for some corrections in the end. You want to be able to go shorter later if you need to. If you overcut in the beginning, you may create a hole, and that's a little hard to correct afterwards. So again, lightly moving, lightly point cutting into the hair. You don't want any blunt cutting with this hair whatsoever. You want everything to look nice and smooth and natural. And again, as we come up closer to the front and the sides, you're just lightly angling your fingers upwards. If you are comfortable using a razor, you may use a razor too, but just make sure you follow the same rules. Now, you just want to lightly bring the hair in towards the face, and you're going to sort of work with her layers, starting, maybe from her chin level, wherever she would like the length of her layers to go. Okay, so you're just going to lightly take it like this, and as you can see where her hair starts to where the extensions start, you want to give it that same sort of jagged look. So you're just going to slide cut, and again, just lightly. If you have to go over it a few times, that's fine. You want less hair, so less is more. Always remember that rule. Okay, so when removing your hair extensions, you're going to take your little dabber here, which looks like a little tiny bingo dabber. This ensures that you have proper control when removing your hair extension, so you're not dripping liquid all over the hair and all over your client. So you just do very quickly 2 little dabs on top, 2 little dabs underneath, and then with your comb, you just go right in between your little tape, just like that. And you just lightly peel it away, and as it peels away, you'll just be able to gently remove it right from the hair. Okay, so you are now removing the old tape off the hair, like so. You're then going to peel the new tape off your M-tape package, as so. Okay, you're going to remove the backing of it. You're then going to lay the extension right over top of your new M-tape, as so. Just like that. And then you have this side ready to reuse when you're ready to install it again. I would just like to thank Sasha for being our model today. I would like to thank you for watching our educational video on our Tape'-n-Lock hair extensions by Hair Affair. I'm confident you will have great success in the future when offering this in your salon. If you have any further questions or concerns, please refer to our manual on our website. Thank you.